Hi, it's Miss Duffy. This video will show you how to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators, and we all love fractions. All right, let's start practicing how to add fractions with unlike denominators. That means the denominators are going to be different. Let's take 2/3 plus 3/4. We're going to find out what that equals. Now, when I work with fractions, especially if the denominators are unlike, I like to stack it up. So 2/3 minus or plus 3/4. I've got it stacked up. Now, because the denominators are different, I know I'm going to have to find the LCM and convert these, get these to have the same denominator. So I'm going to look for my LCM of 3 and 4. So I've got my chart. Again, you know how to make this. I'm going to list my multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Let's see if that's enough. And list my multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So I listed my multiples of 4. Now let's look for the least one that they have in common. Okay, the first one I come to that they have in common is a 12. So that is I have no other numbers smaller that are in common. So my LCM is 12, so that's the new denominator. Okay, now you know that you can figure out the equivalent fraction two different ways. One way, ask yourself 3 times what equals 12, and you know 3 times 4 equals 12. So you have to do that to the numerator. Have to multiply that times 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now, another way you can do that, you can find 2/3 right here, and you're going to slide until you get that numerator, or the denominator of 12. Right here is 8/12. So that's how I'm going to do this next one. So I've got 3/4, so I need to find 3/4, and I'm going to slide till I find a denominator of 12. There it is, 9/12. How do I know that works? Because 4 times 3 equals 12, and if I multiply the numerator times 3, it equals 9, so I know I'm right. Now that we have the denominator the same, let's keep it. So we have 12. Now let's go ahead and add the numerator. So we've got 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9 is 17. Now you might say, whoa, Miss Duffy, the numerator is bigger. So now we've got one of those improper fractions. It's a little top heavy. So let's go ahead and simplify this and turn it into a mixed number. So one strategy is to make little dashes, 17 dashes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I'm going to circle a group of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to circle that. So I have one whole group. And how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 left, and my denominator stays the same. So if I were to add 2/3 plus 3/4, I have 1 and 5/12. Now let's move on to subtracting with unlike denominators. It's really going to be the same process. You're going to have to find the LCM, but this time we're going to be subtracting. So if I have 1/2 minus 1/6, I'm going to do the first instructions that I have for you is to stack it. So I've got 1/2 plus 1/6. This time I'm subtracting, or I said plus, but we're subtracting 1/2 minus 1/6. So I know I'm going to have to find that LCM, an equivalent fraction. So I'll set that up. I'm going to find the LCM of 2 and 6. Again, I can use my chart, but I'm sure you know how to count by 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Let's see if we can stop there. And my multiples of 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Let's see if we have a least common multiple. Our least common multiple, there's no 2 on both sides, no 4. Oh, 6. There's a 6 on both sides, and that is the least number they have in common. So that is my new denominator. Now, let's find the equivalent. 1/2 equals how many 6? So here's 1/2. Let's slide until we see a denominator of 6. Oh, 3/6. How do I know that's right? Because 2 times 3 is 6, and if I multiply the numerator by 3, I have 3. So we know that's right. And 1/6, that's easy, guys, because if the denominator here happens to be the LCM, I can just slide that over. I'm just going to use that again. I'm not going to do anything to that. Now that my denominators are the same, I'm going to bring that down, and now I'm going to subtract. Always go back, because even I will get confused. Am I adding or subtracting? I'll always go back to the original question and see if you're adding or subtracting. We're going to be subtracting. What's 3? Take away 1. Okay, 2. Good. Now, always check your chart. So let's see if we can simplify that. I'm going to find 2/6, and let's go all the way to the left. We have 1/3. Remember, all of these numbers, if they're in the same column, you can slide left or right and find equivalent fractions. If you're sliding all the way to the left, you're going to find the number in simplest terms.